Hello everybody, welcome back to Huddersfield Town Fan TV for another live show this evening as we discuss our 2-1 victory on Saturday against Mansfield Town. A really important 3 points, a massive 3 points in the grand scheme of things, wasn't it? You know, we needed it badly and we got it. And yeah, we're going to get into it, share our thoughts throughout the game, and I'd also love to kind of get your thoughts as well. But got a few things to say before we do get going on the show, though, guys. First of all, hope you're all doing well. I've come down with a little bit of a cold at the moment, so do apologise if I do have to mute myself up and have sneeze or blow my nose or whatever. But yes, I'm a bit full of cold at the moment. Very rarely I get colds or anything like that. So yeah. I'm slowly getting there, you know what I mean? I've got past that sore throat stage. Now it's just the bit of a cough and yeah, a bit of a sniffle in the nose, you know what I mean? But no, we are here. The show must go on, and I hope you're all enjoying the sunshine because it's been lovely, hasn't it? You know what I mean? It's been lovely the last few days. It's going to be another nice week ahead as well. I feel like I'm the weatherman now, but anyway. Let's get into the comments before we do get into this special notices. George says, good evening, Ryan. Hope you're okay. Thought I'd pop in before I go live at 1:30, but let's get the important 3 points tomorrow night. Yeah, hello to you, George. Thank you for dropping in. I appreciate it. And yeah, look, well, we need to get the 3 points tomorrow night. That's ultimately what we need to do. You know what I mean? We can't afford to drop any more points now. We have to keep winning these games, especially at home as well. So yeah, but yeah, big up to you. My throat is killing. I feel like losing my voice a little bit, but it's still there. Jordan says hello. Hello to you, Jordan. How are you doing? Good to see you. But yeah, first I did say before we get into it. We have hit 800 subscribers, guys. I really, really appreciate you all. You know what I mean? To get to that target of mine means a lot to me. So big up to every single one of you that has helped me get to that point. And obviously, it's been a bit of a grind, hasn't it? From 700 to 800. It's been a bit of a slow kind of burner. But we've got there, and I appreciate it. You know, I appreciate everybody. And we got there not so long ago. So the next target is 900. I don't really sound that thrilled about it or happy about it, but honestly I am. I'm just so under the weather. I feel I am quite ill at the moment. So, so yeah. But yeah, I honestly, at the bottom of my heart, I appreciate everybody that comes in and supports the channel. And I never thought I'd get to 50 subscribers, let alone 800. So big up to you all. I appreciate you all. Let's get into the comments. Noah says, congrats on 800. Thank you. Appreciate that. Wayne says, evening. Ryan should start notes tomorrow night. Play better when you came on. Evening to you, Wayne. Yes, absolutely. We'll get into it. And how come I didn't do a Lincoln preview? To be honest, I am struggling with a bit of motivation at the moment with this channel. Sometimes I won't always do previews, guys, or reviews. I may kind of miss the odd one, but I do try and be as consistent as I can. So I just wasn't really feeling up to it. And yeah, so yeah, is what it is. But yeah, but look, Hogg picking up his special souvenir for reaching 400 Huddersfield Town appearances. Fantastic achievement. Now, warm applause by all 4 stands for a true legend on Saturday afternoon as he received his special gift from the club. Look, he's been here for the highs and lows, hasn't he? You know, one thing you can never question about Hoggy is his professionalism. and his loyalty. You know, his full commitment to the cause whenever he plays. He is such a role model, and we all love him for sure. We'll always remember him, you know, helping us get to the Premier League as well. Unbelievable. He's been a fantastic servant, a fantastic player as well. Obviously, we know now he's lost his legs a little bit, but no matter what, he always puts in 110%. No, it's fair enough. Never feel pressure to views. Yeah, to be fair though, guys, I do feel a bit like when I don't do any content, I do feel like I let you guys down because obviously you guys make the channel what it is. You've helped me get to 800. We are pushing towards that 900 now, hopefully, and on to 1,000. Which 1,000 subscribers is my big dream. Like I would never ever thought I'd get to 1,000. So if we get there, then we might have to have a little celebration stream or whatever. But yeah, I do feel a bit of pressure, to be fair, though. No, I know what you're saying, but I do, because I do feel like I let you guys down if I don't come on. But sometimes I just aren't able to come on, unfortunately, and that's the way it goes. And as I said, I try and be as consistent as I can on my channel. Focus on your health. Yeah, no, obviously health does come first and things, but I do feel a bit of a pressure as well to come live. You know what I mean? If I miss a street, if I miss a show, if I miss a preview show or a review show or whatever, do feel a bit like like I let you guys down. But yeah, I want to start my own channel business. Feel any tips? I'd really appreciate it. Look, I mean, the best tip I could give you, really, Noah, is that just go for it. You know what I mean? If you want to do it, then you should go for it. I'm just going to adjust my camera because it's a bit. There we are. See me a bit better now. No, I think you should just go for it. You know what I mean? I just started a channel because I have a real passion for talking about football, obviously Huddersfield Town, and just any football, really. I love talking football, but Huddersfield Town, obviously, team, my local team. So yeah, just go for it. And obviously, another tip is I would obviously create social media pages for the channel as well, because it just helps you with promotion of the channel, really. And then yeah, just try and build up your following, really. But it isn't easy. It hasn't been easy, you know. And I think I always kind of blame myself for being so slow in terms of I'm going on. We are going to get into the show in a minute, but I always feel like I blame myself for not growing quick enough, because like I've really struggled for consistency throughout this journey for various reasons. And yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy being a content, you know, it's not easy doing content on here. It really isn't. There's a lot of planning that goes in behind the scenes before. I mean, you know, it's not just a case of clicking the live button and you go live. It is more to it than that. It's certainly more difficult, and I don't think people realise who have never done it before, maybe, I don't think they realise how difficult it is. But yeah, no, I enjoy it. I do enjoy coming in here, obviously hearing your guys' views and things like that, and just interacting with you guys. You know, it's just brilliant. You know what I mean? It is. But yeah, that's a few tips. But we are going to get into the show, and hopefully I don't lose my voice. But before we do, obviously, look, make sure you do drop a like on the video, subscribe, share the channel around, and yeah, like I said, let's get those likes up. But look, I think there's only one place to start, really, isn't there? See, everyone will be aware of the banners that were out in the Cowshed Loyal stand before the game on Saturday, which was a quote on what Nagel said in 2023, saying the only way we can raise prices is to increase value to the fans. They're now a bit below, saying 2 years of failure in red. So yeah, I think everyone did make our voices heard on Saturday. Fantastic to the Cowshed Loyal lot and everybody else that, you know, obviously got behind it. There were a few chanting that Cartwright out as well. So yeah, we all did our bit to, you know, it would be better if more people got involved, but you know, there was quite a few that was vocalising their discontent, those that were there, because I was so shocked. Well, I wasn't. To be fair, I wasn't shocked, but like I've never seen it so empty before at the stadium. Looking around, I thought to myself, "Wow, this is the way. This is where we're at as a club now. This is what the people in the ownership, the board, have created an apathy, a toxicity within the fan base." And yeah, there was so many empty seats. And I had to laugh when they read out the attendance at the end. 19,000, whatever they said it was. Who are you joking here? Clearly wasn't that. And I've heard it was only around 10,000 people there, but I could be wrong. But I think somebody said on social media it was actually around that mark, which, well, it's terrible, isn't it? But that's where we're at. That's where we are. You know what I mean? Apathy is setting already. Fans have just turned their backs on the club again. You know what I mean? Season candles not turning up, can't be bothered doing other things instead. And you can't really blame them, really, can you? But look, let's get into the team lineups, guys. And by the way, guys, I will be back to my normal graphics and stuff on Thursday, which will be the next live stream. No, Wednesday will be the next live stream, so there'll be another stream, and then after that, we'll go back to the normal graphics that we have on the channel. Obviously, still on the free subscription at the moment. But look, the team lineups are out. Let me know your thoughts on the team line. Obviously, 4 changes for us. Sorensen, Ruskin, Chirwa, and Hodge getting starts. 4 changes from the shambolic performance against Lincoln, wasn't it? Absolutely pathetic from minute 1 that game. No wonder I didn't have any energy to come on here and kind of vent my frustration. I just didn't have the energy to do so. I was just so annoyed about that Lincoln game, as I have been after a lot of games this season. Lee Nichols wearing the armband. Miller back on the bench was a really big plus for us, wasn't it? It was good to see him back on the bench after so long. We've missed him. Dion Charles also back among the substitutes. We're going to get into when he entered the field of play what happened, but he's back on the bench, so another player back. But the team lineup in full, though, guys. We're going to get through that. I'm still got my voice intact, so we're all good. So obviously Nichols in goal, back 4, Ruffles, Pearson, Balker, and Sorensen. The 2 holders of Hodge and Kasumu, I thought was very, wasn't himself on Saturday, was he at all? Kasumu, giving the ball away with far off the pace, just wasn't doing the things that we usually see from him, really. Ruskin on the left, Wiles as the cam, and Chirwa on the right, and then Taylor obviously up front. So yeah, that was the formation and the team in full. But look, first half thoughts. I think the first half was terrible, wasn't it? Let's be honest. It was so lethargic. The build-up play was so ponderous. No movement ahead. How many times have we said that this season? Passes going astray. We gave the ball away so many times in that first half. It was awful. We created nothing in that first half either. And I think if we're being truthful, we should have been losing at half-time. Let's get it right here. Mansfield had 2 gilt-edged chances, didn't they? In the opening 10 minutes. They hit the bar, didn't they? And then they missed an open goal. I don't know how he missed. I really don't know how he missed, but he did. And this is but this doesn't paper over the cracks for me in terms of seeing this level of performance. Playing for a half like this. That's why I have no confidence in this team that they can go on to do something, and get out of this league. I just don't. But yeah, it looked like 2 teams that were fighting relegation. As far as I'm concerned, that's how bad it was in that first half. When we got into any kind of position to make something happen, we fluffed our lines. Deliveries into the block was very poor. Again, I'm saying the same things that we've said all season, guys. How many times are we saying this? Professional footballers can't pass the ball 5 yards. You don't expect them to do everything right, but when you're giving the ball away more than you're actually keeping it, sorry, and not doing the basics, it's just not good enough. I thought Ruskin down that left-hand side was looking lively, as he always does, when on the ball. But off the ball, he was really labouring for me. He wasn't getting close to his, to the Mansfield players, when he didn't have the ball. And he was jogging around. So, yeah, he wasn't the only one, but I just noticed it because he was on our side in the first half. On my side where I sit, sorry. So, yeah. Well, yeah, look, half-time, 0-0. Look, you can see that there was nothing happening in that first half. 0 shots on target from us. Utterly pathetic. But as I've said, I think it's halves like these on Saturday where it really makes me doubt that we have any hope of going up, and that's a big if, because we need to get back in the playoffs first, and we're actually relying on other teams now to slip up, which isn't the ideal scenario with 6 games left to go. So yeah, we should have cemented our playoff place at a minimum at this point, but we didn't. We haven't. Like Stockport have pretty much done, and I think Stockport pretty much cemented their place in the playoffs now with a gap between them and 6th. I just think we can't be playing games of football in this way and expect to have any joy. And I think, the mentality of the players, again, has been shocking, not just this season, but for a number of years now. I thought Chirwar in that first half, I'm not sure what he was doing. Felt like he was. He must have thought he was in a training session. He was divvying around on ball, taking too long on the ball, making the wrong decisions. He did get better as the game went on, admittedly, but he was poor. And we're still yet to see the best of Chirwar, let's be honest, because he's come in, he has had glimpses. I'm not going to say he's done, he's looked absolutely rubbish, because he hasn't. He has had some good moments, some good glimpses of what we can do, but he hasn't produced, goals and enough assists as well. He's got 1 or 2 anti-assists, but in the top of my head, I think Taylor. But it's just not working with Taylor at the moment. I don't think he's getting the service. I will say that, but when the ball is coming to him, he's not really. The ball seems to be bouncing off him. He doesn't seem to be holding the ball up very well, in my opinion. And he needs to do, but he needs to do better. But we're going to get to the comments. I do apologise. I kind of just forgot a few comments. Well, I didn't forget, but I was just on one of those rants that I'm on. And I've still got my voice, but I don't know how. Well, I just can't wait to get better again, guys. Honestly, I feel I just feel horrible, to be fair. Ian says hello, mate. Hope you're okay. Hello to you, Ian. How are you doing? Good to see you in the chat as always. And this, I hope you're well. It says make sure to smash the likes, everyone, and subscribe if you're new. Yeah, big up. Thank you very much. Yeah, guys, it is free. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share the channel around with your fellow town fans. I'm sure you know plenty out there that may want to subscribe, and it would mean a lot to me. Now on the road to 900. I know. It feels strange saying that now. It does feel strange saying that, because I feel like I've been saying on the road to 800 for so long, and now we've got to 800. Now it's the next one. So yeah, great. Congrats on the 800 subs. Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate that. It's been appreciate everybody that's helped me get there. You have to go back. I kind of spoke about it right at the beginning, Aidan. Just thanking everybody for all their support and helping me get there. Because, like I said, I didn't even think I'd get 50 subscribers, let alone 800. So it's just crazy to me. The big dream, as I said, is 1K. That's always been a big dream to get there, but we'll see. Let's one step at a time. 900 the next target. But big up to you, my wonderful mod, and Aidan. Your support means a lot to me, as everybody does. But Aidan, you're always in here whether you're busy or not, you always make sure you come in and say hello, So big up to you. And he also says, the one game I don't go to and we win. I mean, Aiden, maybe you have to stay away tomorrow. Maybe you have to stay away tomorrow night and see if it works again. No, I'm joking. But yeah, you managed to watch it on the TV though, and I agree with you. Mansfield should be winning at half time. Yeah, I mean, Mansfield were a poor side as well, weren't they? But we were just terrible in that first half, and I just think to myself, what is it about us playing halves of football in this manner? Why has this pattern just repeated itself over and over again? You know what I mean? First half, it's always a full half of football as well. And to be honest with you, sometimes all of the game that we play as badly as this. But yeah, it's just the mentality of these players is shocking, isn't it? There's been a lot of loose passes recently, which I'm really disappointed about. Yeah, where's the sharpness of our play? We don't look like a side. Well, the players don't look like a side that want to get promoted. And it goes back to it. I don't think these players don't. These players don't care about success. They don't. They're just picking up a nice wage and going home, and that's it. They're going through the motions. You know what I mean? It's not acceptable. So yeah, the passing and the sharpness of the play, the speed of the play as well, has been a problem all season. And yeah, no urgency at all. To other teams who plays, it must feel like Christmas for them because we give them gifts every time. Yeah, they must think to themselves, I can't wait to play this lot because we know what we're going to get here. We're going to get a half-hearted approach. We're going to get a bad half of football at least in there. So we're going to be able to maybe, if we can take our chances, we'll be able to get ahead and dictate the game. They must be laughing before they turn up and play us. And we give them chances left, right, and centre as well. Michael, evening, Ryan. Hope you're okay. Hello, Michael. Sorry, Michael, not very well at the moment. Suffering from a little bit of a cold. Don't get colds very often, but when I very rarely get any kind of cold, or I'm very rarely ill. So yeah, I'm slowly but surely getting there, but I just still feel quite bad still. I just feel rubbish. You know what I mean? But we're here. To be honest with me, I was thinking earlier, do I go tomorrow or not? I mean, you'll be there, Aiden, if you can make it. You know what I mean? I'm sure you'll be there. We're only joking. Get yourself there. But yeah, no, look, it's going to be an interesting one, isn't it? So, look. Who? Sorry, guys, I just got messy. Right, let's get into the second half then. So, I thought we came out in the second half and it was still unconvincing, wasn't it? But here's the thing. The triple changes that Worthy made around the 60th minute mark changed the game completely, didn't it? And it pushed us, pushed us on to get the goals that we needed to win the game. So look, I'll give Worthy credit. You know what I mean? I have been a bit critical of him at, when he's come. I think it was the last not the Lincoln game, the game before that, wasn't it? I think. I can't remember now, guys. I can't think at the moment. But they were a game or two ago where he'd made changes, but it was like 20 minutes too. In fact, I think he made the changes late at Lincoln. He made the changes 20 minutes too late at Lincoln. And I have questioned a few of his decisions at times. But yeah, I think he got the timing of these substitutions perfect. Because I was thinking to myself, and I'm sure everybody else was, around the 55th minute, I was thinking, yeah, we need to make some changes here. This isn't working. And obviously, a few minutes after that, the players were ready to come on. And so credit to Worthy. But look, we're going to get into Charles. Look, Charles came on and got a very frosty reception when he entered the field of play because of his antics the previous week, being spotted in that away end, spotting Bolton at Blackpool. Look, I mean, I think the fact that it was so close, he kind of did it last week and then he's back in this week. I think because it's so close, people are still kind of like pretty pissed off about it, really, let's be honest. And I think that obviously made the reception for him a little bit worse than maybe it would have been if he would have been back maybe, you know what I mean, in the next week or so. But look, I mean, I don't blame people. I think he's supposed to be a professional, and I think what he did, doing what he did, going to support Bolton, knowing full well he'd get pictured. I just think it's not a good look at all. I said it at the time. I didn't like it. Thought it was very poor judgment by him. So yeah, he got a very bad reception, really. But he did come on and actually do quite well, to be honest with you. So he did react quite well. But yeah. But then also another change that we made was Miller back on the pitch, guys, after that serious injury that ruled him out for 4 months. It was a delight to see him back out there. I'm sure I speak for everybody when I say that. And my goodness, how good was he when he came on as well? It felt like he'd not even been injured. You know what I mean? In terms of him getting up to speed with things, he just came straight in and carried on where he left off before I get injured. So yeah, it was fantastic. He made some really nice combinations down at left between him and Ruskin, which we've all been excited to see, haven't we, since Ruskin came into the club in January. We were all saying, if we can get Miller and Ruskin on that left hand side, what a fantastic left hand side we've got there. You know what I mean? The Miller driving forward, showing that dynamism, athleticism. Ruskin as well, the same. I just think they're gonna really help us if we are going to do anything this season. If we are going to get into the playoffs. But yeah, and like I said, Miller, getting forward, making those runs. I just feel really secure whenever he's on the ball, Miller. I do. I think going forward, he looks like he's not going to lose it, and defensively, he's very solid as well. So, yeah, I'm really a big fan of his, and I just think it's just a shame that he's quite injury prone. But hopefully, to be fair, that injury that he picked up with us was a very innocuous challenge, wasn't it? Really, it was a very bad accident, if you could say. So, obviously, a player falling on his knee and ruled him out for for 4 months. So I think it wasn't the case of him getting that injury because he's had bad injuries in his career. I just think it was very unfortunate. It was just very much bad luck. But I think from that point when we made the substitutions, and as well, of course, Marshall also came on, didn't he? And look, I didn't have to give my reaction to the lineup, did I, actually? But I was a bit surprised that Marshall didn't start the game. I mean, look, I know obviously he's playing a lot of football. We've been heavily reliant on him, haven't we? But I was a bit surprised that he wasn't starting because he does bring that energy. You know what I mean? He does bring, trying to make things happen. And yeah, I was a bit confused that he wasn't playing, but yeah, Marshall came on for Chilwell. But yeah, look, I think from that point on, the lads that came on brought us energy. Like I was saying, we started to play quicker as well, creating some opportunities. And then in the 69th minute, we opened the scoring. Ruskin getting the goal. A nicely worked goal, wasn't it, this? Wiles playing it into Ruskin's path. And it was very calmly slotted into the back of the net. Very calm. I think his celebration was good as well, wasn't it? Wasn't getting too carried away with himself. Very calm. And you know what I mean? And I just think he's such a cool customer. He's a brilliant player. I really do like him. I think sometimes he has to be a bit suspect defensively. But in this position, to be fair, he's in an attacking role, so he's not really. He's not. Obviously, he does need to track back, help his teammates if we need him. But he was in the. If we were playing wing backs, obviously the impetus is to help out defensively even more so. But my camera this iPad keeps falling. Right. Right, let's get to the comments. Aidan says, Albert, yes, I'll be there to support the Terriers, but they need to show me that they deserve my support, though. Look, like I said, Aidan, the stadium was so empty on Saturday. It was. I'd say I was shocked, but I'm not. Because, like I said, a lot of people have checked out, a lot of apathy now at the club, a lot of toxicity, thanks to the clowns in the boardroom that have created this. And yeah, season card holders just start turning up. And I think on Tuesday, tomorrow, in fact, guys, I don't even know what day it is right now. Usually, the night games are affected attendance-wise as well, so it's going to be interesting to see how many people actually turn up tomorrow. But I think many people still stay away, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. Dion Charles boo, yeah. I mean, look, just unbelievable, wasn't it? You know, him and Ruskin, yeah. Look, a dream duo down at left, absolutely. But like as I was saying, you know, Ruskin goal, it was a brilliant goal. That was our first shot on target, though. By the way, in the 69th minute, first shot on target, and we're at home. Mind you, it doesn't matter if we're home or away. You know, not having a shot on target until the 70th minute is a shambles. But I do think then after that goal, you know, the confidence was up and we kept pushing forward for more. But I also think Mansfield were looking very dangerous on that counter-attack, weren't they? And I think the defending throughout this match from us was very poor, wasn't it? You know, as well. You know, how many times we said that this season as well. You know, giving them so much space, time and time again. You know, but we did double our lead in the 80th minute again. A nice passage of play, nice combination play with guess who, Ruskin and Wiles, who I thought it was calmly done, wasn't it, by Ruskin, how he kind of, you know, really in control of the ball, checks inside, plays it to the back post to Wiles, who slots it home very nicely. Thought it was a fantastic move. And obviously a few more substitutions. Hogg came on into the final 15 minutes for Hodge. And I think at this point I was kind of feeling, you know, a sigh of relief really, because we had that cushion. And my goodness, didn't we need that cushion? But look, Mansfield did waste several opportunities, but they finally get their goal. They score in the 84th minute. You know, a very poor defending by us really to concede this. You know what I mean? There were numerous times before the goal that the ball was being played in. The Mansfield players were just unmarked in the penalty area. I'm thinking to myself, why are you all stood there watching? You know what I mean? It's just basics. But look, we kept doing it. We kept giving them space in the penalty area, and you know we got punished. And to be fair, I did say when I was watching the game, I was watching the game, I think to myself, they're going to get a goal here if it continues like this, because we just keep giving them time and space in the penalty area. I don't care where they are in the league. If you give a team so many chances like that, they're going to take one at some point. You would think usually, unless you're very lucky, but usually, you know, you would expect to concede if you keep doing the same things. But yeah, that goal kind of created that unnecessary nervy end to the match, didn't it? Really, but look, we seem to cope well. 7 minutes were added on at the end of the match. I was thinking, so where have you got 7 minutes from? Nowhere near 7 minutes. But yeah. Michael says first half time were poor. Williamson's second half substitutions changed the game. Yeah, what I said. Miller especially, hope he stays fit and doesn't get injured again. Yeah, no, I mean, look, fingers crossed. Obviously, you know, we need him. And yeah, obviously, I did that also, which meant that obviously Brody Spencer was obviously missing due to an injury. But yeah, But look, overall, like I said, I kind of just summarise and share my overall thoughts and stuff now. Like I said, the first half was just shambles. We can't keep doing this. As I said, we can't keep playing like this where we're giving teams the upper hand. You know what I mean? Even though we did take the lead, we did go 2-0 up in the second half. That's not the point. You know what I mean? We should have been 1-0 down at half time. And Mansfield put that chance away that they had, that empty open net that they missed somehow. It was easier to score than it was to miss. I don't know how we missed it. But look, overall, needs to be better. But look, we got the 3 points. That's the main thing. The second half, like I said, the substitutions changed the game completely. Miller, fantastic to see him back. Didn't take him long to start impacting the game. But yeah, we need to kind of get get Taylor in the game a bit more though. And Taylor needs to be a bit sharper. The problem is with Taylor at the moment is as we know, when he came into the club, he hadn't played much football. And then obviously it didn't take him long to get injured here. And then now he's still building up that match fitness, isn't he? So yeah, he can't last the full 90 still at the moment. So yeah. I was gonna go through my play ratings, but like I said, my voice is kind of hurting at the moment. But yeah. But look, 3 points definitely kept us in contention. And yeah, we need to keep winning. That's the bottom line. We have to keep winning. And because everybody else is continuing to pick up points above us, we're the ones catching them up. We're the ones having to play catch up. So we have to keep winning games. And you know what I mean? Tomorrow night, it's going to be, a tough game. And yes, Wickham are in a sticky spell of the season. You know what I mean? They started the season very well, obviously, with their manager, Matt Bloomfield, who obviously then left for Luton. That really made them fall off the rails, didn't it? Really massive drop off at that point, and that really screwed them over. Because he was such an influential part to Wickham's fantastic start to the season. So it's been a lot of change at Wickham. And I just think to myself, if we play a half like we did on Saturday, then we will get punished in this game. So that is it. That is the bottom line. They have got more quality, obviously. They're third in the table still. And they have got quality to put those chances away. So we cannot afford to go missing for a full half because they will take their chances. So look, I'm repeating myself now, but I was going to do a little match thoughts of the Wickham game, but I'm not going to do that because, I was going to do it. I was going to record it after this, but I just feel so ill. So we're just going to review the show. We're going to just review the game on Wednesday. Hello, Jensen. How are you doing? Long time no speak. How are you doing? What did you make of the game on Saturday? Let me know your thoughts. You just kind of missed all my thoughts, really. But yeah. You're doing well. Yeah, well, I've got a little bit of a cold at the moment, but I'll live. But yeah, feeling a bit rubbish at the moment. But yeah, hope you're doing well though, mate. And obviously, one of my members, as you can see, has a membership badge next to his name. Big up to you, Jensen. I appreciate the membership, the continued membership, in fact. Honestly, I do. But any final thoughts? Let me know in the chat. I was going to do player rating, guys, but I mean, I just haven't got the voice for it, to be honest with you. We're nearly at 45 minutes now. But make sure you do drop a like on the video if you can. 9 of you in here right now. Subscribe to the channel. On the road to 900 subscribers now. Big up to you all. And yeah, share the channel around as well. But big up to you all. But look, overall, like I said, happy with the win. We needed it desperately. Still not convincing. Still, even if we do get in the playoffs, I still have a lot of questions because for me, we're just not going up playing like this. I don't trust this squad, and that's it. You know what I mean? We've got Worthy in charge. You know what I mean? He has brought a bit of a spark to the group. You know what I mean? Everybody is buying into what he wants, and mind you couldn't say that on Tuesday, could you? But overall, it has been a bit of a lift. Obviously, Worthy, you know, especially at home, getting his second win at home, and so yeah, we have seen a reaction, is what I'm saying. But I don't trust these players, and I don't really know if it's a big if we get to the playoffs. And like I say, look, you know, only 6 games left now, and everybody else seems to be picking up points. The reality is that we need to just do our job and not focus on everybody else. And then if we get in the playoffs, then we get in. But we've only ourselves to blame if we don't get in the playoffs, because there are many chances to cement our place in the playoffs, and you know, and we blew it. So that's it. And thank you, Aiden. Big up to you. Thanks. Appreciate that. Hope you get well soon, mate. Aiden says. I think first half wasn't great, Jensen says, but second half there was improvement. Ruskin and Miller on that left is a good combo, yeah. But we're all saying the same thing, aren't we? We're all saying the same thing about the game, and we're all on the same page. So yeah, I agree with you, mate. You know, like I said, I'm excited to see what Ruskin and Miller can do on that. The reality is, though, is I said it before, the defending has to improve massively, because the defending has been shocking, you know, for a while now. And whilst we have got the attacking options now going forward, you know what I mean, Ruskin, you know what I mean, that attacking role, Miller as well likes to get forward, as we know. Taylor, we need to get more out of him. He needs to be a bit more sharper. Marshall's doing the business for us more often than not. Chirua needs to do more, but again, we have got some good players in there. I just worry about the defence. That's what I'm saying at the moment. George says, get well soon, mate, and see you all down there tomorrow night. Yeah, thank you, George. Appreciate it. Yeah. Like I said, I don't get ill often, so I can't complain really, can I? But yeah, I'm a bit of a drama queen when it comes to when I'm ill. But yeah, is what it is. Who's for the next manager? Look, Wayne, we'll kind of have a look at that at the end of the season. I don't think now's the time to be looking at that. I'm sure we'll have a chance to get on here and talk about that. But for now, so the season's still going. Worthington's in charge at the end of the season. Final 6 games now. So yeah, let's leave that until a later date. And Microsoft's going to have lots of Wrexham fans too in town tomorrow. Yeah, maybe so, but like I said, we have to just focus on ourselves and, you know what I mean, do our job. And I have kind of said a few thoughts about Wickham tomorrow night. Probably, well, look, I'd bring Marshall back in. Obviously, he didn't start today at the weekend, so I'd bring him back in. I'd start Miller, and I think Worthington said today there's not any more players back. I'd leave Taylor up top. Wiles in the cam. And work it like that, really. Like I say, Marshall on the right. Ruskin on the left. probably start Hodge again and Kasumu, but Kasumu needs to be better, guys. Look, he's come back and he's looking a bit shaky. But yeah, I'm sure he'll be back to his normal self in this game, hopefully. And then I've done it back to front, haven't I? Then the defenders. I don't think Brody Spencer. Did he say? I can't remember if he said Brody Spencer's back tomorrow night. I think he said. I think he asked. I think he just said there was no one coming back tomorrow night, so probably not then. Yeah, I've got a really bad cold at the moment. Back four then. Ruffles, obviously Pearson. Balka and Sorensen. And in fact, no. Forget that. I said Miller's coming back in. Guys, I told you I'm just not with it tonight at all. I bring Miller in for Ruffles. And yes, that's what I would do. Obviously, Nichols stays in goal. But yeah, the stage is set. I do worry, though, if we don't win tomorrow night, then it's over. Because every game, you're just looking over your shoulder, aren't you? The pressure is on. The pressure is well and truly on. We can't afford any slip-ups at this point. And that is why the pressure's on, because if we keep winning games, then I think that the teams above us will drop points. Well, the teams I'm talking about, obviously Bolton's in the 6th place at the moment. I think Bolton are susceptible to drop points. They have done all season. But it's just if that gap extends and extends and extends, then it's just going to be more difficult. But yeah, I think we kind of wrapped it up there, really, to be fair, guys. I don't want to keep going on. But need Bolton and Reading to lose? Yeah, we do, but we also need to win, Wayne. And this is the thing. Look, I get it. We are relying on other teams to drop points now. But first and foremost, we need to win. Because we're the ones chasing, and we're the ones that need to get back closer to them. You know what I mean? The gap now, at the moment, is 2 points. So, yeah, it's still pretty close at the moment. But it only takes one game, and it could be, if we end up losing tomorrow night and then they and Bolton win, the gap could be 5 points. And yeah, 5 points clear with 5 games to go. I just can't see us clawing that back. So, yeah, and that would be like I say, just another failure of the season. Can't believe, and look, I'm not saying, but I just can't believe that we're 8th in a league of this standard. The standard of this league is terrible. There's no reason why we should be above the likes of Stockport, Wickham, and even Wrexham, really. If we would have got the off the field and on-the-field decisions right, we would have been up there. But you go into a season with a sporting director who doesn't have a clue. You're rewarding failure after him getting us relegated the previous season, and you get what you deserve. And Nagel has been naive. So, but we can't. Look, that it's happened. Still, Cartwright needs to leave. The message stays the same, and we won't stop saying it. And hopefully, maybe the banner will be out again tomorrow night. Well, not hopefully. Hopefully, I think it will be. The cowshed will bring the banner out as well tomorrow night again. Yeah, just keep the pressure on. That's what we're going to do. Keep the pressure on. Keep vocalising what we think. Whether it makes a difference or not, it doesn't matter. Just have to keep doing what we think is best. Michael says, it won't be easy against Wycombe. If we don't win tomorrow, it's gone. It's going to be a tough run of games to get in the playoffs. Burton, Exeter, Stockport, Cambridge, and Leyton Orient. Yeah, like if we go, you know what I mean, and I'm not going to keep looking at other teams. Look, we need other teams to drop points to get it, but if we don't win, then it doesn't really matter what, if other teams don't win, because we're just not taking our chance. So yeah, no, I think if we lose tomorrow, it's over. Wayne says, yeah, we do need to win. Fingers crossed up the town. Yeah, absolutely. Why do Huddersfield always do it the hard way? Look, we always know we do it the hard way, and look, it's just the Huddersfield town way, isn't it? Really, that's all I can describe it as. But look, it was important to get back to winning the weekend. Now we need to build on it, and it needs to start tomorrow night. And I think being at home. To be fair, we did beat them, didn't we, Wycombe, in the home when we played them away, sorry. And yeah, they weren't great, were they? So there's no reason why we can't do it again. But I just think they'll be looking to prove a point. They'll be looking to come here and do what we did to them at their place. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens. But I think Miller back in that defence will make a massive difference. I know I obviously said about the defence. I think Miller being back in that defence, he does make. I know he's only one player out of the four, but it does make a massive difference when you've got somebody who's reliable and dynamic and athletic as he is. He's just a quality player, isn't he? Good to see the banner and chant. So we see it tomorrow. Yeah, absolutely, Michael. We need to keep doing it. We need to keep vocalising what we think. But look, guys, we're going to wrap up the show right now. I want to say thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I appreciate you all that's been here, for all your contributions as well. On the day that we get to 800 subscribers, never in my wildest dreams did I think I would get there. But it's thanks to every single one of you that have helped me get there and have subscribed, shared the channel with your friends and family and people you know. And yeah, you guys that continue to come back and show support. I know I say it all the time, but honestly, I do appreciate it so much. So big up to you all, and thank you so much. But look, have a good rest of the evening, guys, whenever you get up. So hopefully I'm back to my best in a few days, and we can I can feel like I can speak better. But yeah, apologies for the bit of sneezing and coughing tonight, but yeah, it is what it is. Can't help being ill. But hopefully I'm back to my best on Wednesday. I will be back on Wednesday, guys. Don't you worry. That is a promise from me to you right now. Back on Wednesday night for the review show, where we'll be looking at this game, hopefully, with 3 points. But yeah, we'll see. But guys, like I said, have a good evening. Enjoy the game if you're going tomorrow. I will be there myself, so looking forward to it. Well, I don't know if looking forward to it's the word. Kind of quite nervous about it, but just hoping that we can get the job done. If we can come through this game, I think then, winning back-to-back games, I think that we've got the momentum then. And I know this team are capable of blowing that in an instant, but we can get 2 wins on the ball and the bounce. That'll be big for us in this final running. So yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for your support. Drop a like, subscribe, share. And anybody watching on Playback, make sure you do get your comments in. And in fact, we haven't done the score predictions, have we? What is your score prediction, guys, for tomorrow before we wrap up? What do you think the score's going to be tomorrow? I can see us conceding. I'm going to go 2-1. I'm going to go 2-1 to us. And I'm going to go for a Marshall goal. I just think Ruskin's going to get on the score sheet again. He just looks so dangerous every time he goes forward, and I just think, yeah, he just looks like he's going to create and score. So, yeah. Any score predictions before we wrap up, guys? And Wayne says, get well soon. I don't want to jinx it, but I've gone for a 2-1 victory. Thank you, Wayne. No, nobody putting their score predictions in. We're going to end it now anyway. I think everybody's sitting on the fence. Oh, you've gone for 2-1 Town as well, Wayne. Taylor needs a goal, doesn't he? He does need to score, doesn't he? It really is important if he can. Just get off the mark. Help his confidence. But yeah, so we've both gone for two. Me and Wayne have gone for 2-1. Why are people messing around out there? You know, teenagers messing around out here. It's like a school playground. Anyway, Huddersfield 2-1. Jack says, "Look, we've got 3 2-1s. So is that a sign we are gonna go and win the game 2-1? Fingers crossed. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But guys, we're out of here now. Thanks all for watching, your support. We're back on Wednesday night for the review show. Hopefully you can join me then as we look at the game and share our thoughts as always. But thanks all for your support, and I'll see you very, very soon. Have a good evening. Up the Town. Let's get those 3 points tomorrow evening and keep building that momentum. Before we're out, Michael says 1-0 to Town or 1-0 to Wickham. Oh, you're sitting on the fence, Michael. You've got to do one or the other. You can't have both. You've got to put a score prediction in. Just one. Anyway, guys, we're gonna get out of here now. So I'll see you all very soon. I'll see you on Wednesday, and have a good evening, and see you all very soon. Good night.